Alright guys, welcome back.
Battle started.
How we all doing? Right, let's get this the other way around. Right, okay. Nice. So, what we got here, we have, I believe this map actually. What is the name of this map? Seven Rivers. Excellent. I don't think I played this one before, so this is kind of fresh off the list of maps I haven't played. Right, so what we're doing, this is all pretty much frontlining, right? And then we've got these two positions at the back. I'm guessing one is going to be air and the other one's going to be more of an eco position. Again, it's one of those maps where it's not necessarily singled out as to which position is meant to play what role. And I kind of prefer that, right? I know some people, they prefer like having the roles kind of dictated to them, but I like this. So, what's the idea here? I don't have three mexes near me. Right, I've got these two, but the metal is good. 2.4 a second, right? So two mexes. I got my three windmills because wind isn't bad. It's not bad at all over here, right? And I've gone straight into my botland. Realized I need a little bit more wind or some energy, so I'm just building this. I might even make a solar or two, right? But the wind is good and it's staying pretty good as well, right? It's just I don't have enough of it, and I think maybe that's where the problems are. So I've gone into two cons and I've got a bunch of pawns being built to come out. And I want to take this very forward position here. Now you may argue that listen, you're going far beyond the way you should do, right? This is well above the sort of central point. Yeah, but the way I see it is I want to take land. I want to take land, and I'm hoping that if my guys move ahead with me, right, we can really establish a foothold and not this tower defense right at the front of your base. But then again, who knows? That might help us in the early game, right? So you got my commander here going for his somewhat lonely walk, but I don't feel too bad. Early, right at the beginning, I've got some pawns near me as well, right? So even if they throw some blitzes, some grants, some whatever to attack me, it's gonna be good. I like this. I like seeing the teams asking, communicating, right, working together, right? So that's always nice to see. And Apfel, yeah. Look, I was in another game with him, and we were on the same team together, and he was in the seas with me, right? So it looks like he's going back into his naval ways. Oh, that could be a problem because he's pretty good in the water, right? So that could be a problem. Okay, so we've got the purple player here. Yep, he was also in the same team I was in that particular game. So gonna have to keep an eye on him. Papa Smurf TV. Oh, I wonder if he's a fellow YouTuber. That'd be good. Yeah, if he is, guys, take a look, have a look at his content, and yeah, if you like it, sub, drop a like. It helps all of us, right? So yeah, I do like this building up an energy storage, right? Because with wind, it's always a little bit of a it goes down when you least need it to or you least want it to. Yo, we got some action straight away. So it looks like their top player, wanting to make sure that he can establish himself a little bit as well. And yeah, there was a little bit of a dance of the pawns, right? The pawn dance began, and I feel good. I feel good. Yeah, I lost some units, but you know what? I think I'm kind of stating my ground here. And this is nice. Look, I mean that single pawn is two blitzes, right? And their vehicles, their tanks. That single pawn did well, in my opinion. And I think I'm doing all right. They should. I mean, with the amount of units they sent, right? Bots and vehicles, they should have overrun me and kicked me out. So I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. And I still have more pawns on the way. And the big man himself, he's almost here. Right, big man himself is almost here, and I've got a pretty good metal economy coming in because I've gotten these mexes, and these are good mexes. This was again what, a 2.3 or 2.4, whatever it was. So I feel good. This is interesting. So I did see a boat. I think I did see a boat when I was playing, but I didn't. I mean, these are riverways, right? So I didn't think it'll be too much of a problem. My yeah, he ain't wrong. I mean, my sort of this was a problem, right? See, I think with the ships here, they can cause a problem in the early game for the enemy. So in my case, I'm feeling the pain a little bit, yeah, because he's got great range. he can hit some of my units. But later on, I mean, well, as soon as I get into tier 2, what are these boats really going to do? You know, I've said in previous games, right? Like when you've got these riverways, you don't necessarily need to go into naval and spend so much metal on boats. You can just create sharpshooters. Yeah, sharpshooters, Sheldons, whatever. These long range, high alpha damage type units, right? Starlights. You can make them and knock out boats, no problem at all. So I wouldn't worry about this. I was really glad that I didn't go straight away for the reclaim and I went for the LLTs, because look, it's done enough damage to these tanks, and that was the heavy hitting tank. That was the heavy hitting tank. The Janus is as well, but the Janus I'm not too worried about, because yeah, its range is good when it comes, against an LLT, but I feel alright. My LLTs can do enough damage, at least enough for my pawns to kick in. You've got you've got Hot Pink jumping in to get the reclaim. Look, I don't mind. At the end of the day, I'd rather it go to our team than theirs, right? But yeah, I mean, excellent range on these missile trucks. Yeah, excellent range. Now I've got some Rocketeers up. Now I was able to move on to Rocketeers quite quickly, I felt. Right? Some of you might look at that and say, well, 6 minutes, that's not really quick. But I generally take a little bit longer to get into Rocketeers. So I think I achieved this because I was able to get those mexes. Right? I was able to push forward with my commander. Yeah, a little bit lonely in my travels because there's no other commanders up here with me. Now, if you look at this, light blue's got a little establishment happening over here, and you've got another blue player up here over here. So this is something that I think we lacked as a team. I think sometimes we could get into too much tower defense, but we gotta move forward a little bit, because otherwise we could be overrun. So these guys are already getting past me, and I don't have any other backup here. I don't have anyone else. Had this player not necessarily put too much into ships and had just had units and come around the northern section, I would have been done for. I would have had my flanks completely covered off, attacking me, and that's it, done. Now all I got is my rocket bots, and he's got tanks. Right? I mean, this is not good news for me. All I can do is try and stop them from getting into the base. I mean, you got purple, and if we were to go to player view, he must know things are coming this way, right? Because yeah, purple, pink, hot pink. Yeah, now he's sending the pawns to come in and lend a hand, which is great. I mean, the only real defense I got here, right, is a beamer. But I think beamers are excellent in terms of static defenses. I think they're one of the best. I see them much better than HLTs. Beamers over HLTs for me every day of the week. And if you get some tier 2 wards around them, brilliant. So shout out to the hot pink for helping out and making sure that those guys couldn't just push straight away into our base, right? This I don't like. If you can see plasma shells coming in, why do you want to go in? I mean, it's risky. But yeah, look, if you feel like he doesn't mind losing the units and he wants to cause some problems, then do so. Otherwise, keep him back. I mean, we can always maneuver, because these aren't static, right? Units aren't static. You could always maneuver them. I wonder how much health this guy. I know he had quite a lot, because I was harassing him. Well. I thought, you know what, I've got these rocket bots. So long as if I can get rid of these tanks, then I'm gonna potentially do significant damage to this commander. If you're not gonna APM, if you're not gonna micro, I think it's a good idea to hand over the units to your frontline players, because otherwise these guys are just there taking licks from these boats, right? Hand them over to me. Let me utilize them. Let me dance with them. Let me ask questions from the enemy team. Right, so now my rocket bots, I mean, yeah, I think these were the ones. Yeah, because I had a command from my base, right, from my lab, to send them up front. So I think some of them, they were just coming from the base, and I wasn't really moving them. These ones I am. Again, I wanted to make my commander useful to some degree. I didn't want him rushing in there and just hitting repair and repeat. He's gonna die. These rocket bots ain't gonna live when you've got ships and you've got vehicles shooting at them. But what I could do is get these LLTs up, right? So if I antagonize them enough and they follow my units and they come into LLT range, I've got something to help. Yeah, look, I did give him a bit of a licking, right? I did give him a few smacks around here and there. But hats off to him. He hasn't run away. He's there. I think what he's hoping for is to win the engagement and get the reclaim. Well, at the very least, don't allow me to get the reclaim. And you might be wondering, what on earth is wrong with your Rocketeer? Is he blind? Well, he kind of is. Well, now he isn't. But before that, he would have just seen a dot on the radar and not really had the visibility. But now he does. Now, I'm cognizant of the fact that my commander is there, but he hasn't taken enough damage to be too worried about. Wow, radars are so squishy, aren't they? I mean, that was just one rocket, and that thing is almost as good as dead. And look, if you can dance with your units, you're gonna be okay. What's interesting is my comrades still haven't sent me any other reinforcement. They sent nothing here to help, which is a little bit worrying, right? It's a little bit worrying, because the thing is, you can't just eco and tech in every single game, because if you lose the front, well, those fusion reactors aren't going to defend themselves, right? And here, in some ways, I've had their blue team leader fight with me as well a little bit. Thankfully, their blue team leader's not here, and it's just 1v1 at the moment. But that can easily change. I mean, you got green right there. You got purple. I mean, you got their like sort of lilac color right up the north. Thankfully, he hasn't tried to venture down south, because otherwise I would be overrun. Now, I think, pastel blue, sky blue, he could have done a lot better in this engagement. Either I got really lucky, or my front lining has got significantly better, because these tanks should not be having this much trouble against these Rocketeers. Yeah, they can overrun these Rocketeers pretty good. Pretty good. And look, he is killing my units. Let's not. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But he should be. He should have reclaimed this little peninsula, right? And more land over here. So hot pink, although sending units, not really committing them to anything. And again, he's not sharing them with me, so I can't use them. They're just static defenses. They're just static defenses at this stage, right? So yeah, just some improvement points. So if you are playing games like this, you've got a comrade that's up there. He's fighting, struggling, trying to hold the line. If you're sending units, brilliant, send them. If you're not comfortable microing them, give them to the player that's up front. Let that player micro, right? And then yeah, I mean, com trade. Much prefer to see a com trade than one of our guys just go down, right? So if we can get the reclaim, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. I'd much rather reclaim than trying to resurrect. So top tip for any newbies, right? Resurrecting commanders takes a very long time. And then when you res them, remember their health is very low. So if these guys just move forward, let's say he was resed up, they move forward, they get 2 shots in, that commander's thermonuclear explosion, everything's dead. You've got 2 wreckages here. Yeah, both of these are, look at that. Over 2 grand worth of metal in this area alone. Yeah. Just take the metal. Go into tier 2. Go into tier 2. And as we've seen from some other games, right? Oh, he might have been the chap from the older videos that I played with. Yeah, look, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't make an army of construction bots. Do construction turrets. These ones. Make those. Make those. Don't do this. So yeah, something to learn from. Now, thankfully, I've actually had some real help. Right? Someone's actually sent in some pawns to really help me out over here. Yeah, and boom, they've taken down that commander. Excellent, excellent work. And I believe, yeah, Fanatic Foe. Shout out to Fanatic Foe, right? He realized, look, it's not about building a metropolis here for Superman to live in. No, we're gonna have to actually fight. This is a game where you have to get your hands dirty a little bit, so it's worthwhile. Not sure about this type of wall. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure what the thinking behind this is. This isn't going to help in any way, shape, or form, unless this is some sort of amazing hack that nobody knows about. I don't see how this is going to have any value. I mean, it's so close to your base as well. One artillery truck, even if it just stood here, it's just going to kill your base. Not worth it. So shout out to Brown, Mr. Roasted. He actually gave me a tier 2 constructor. So this is going to help me at least get these two mexes up, right? Even if I can't necessarily go up to where I really want to be and get those mexes, right? He's giving me those. I'm just making a somewhat of a perimeter just here, just to kind of protect my base, because right now, I mean, I would have just normally gone into an advanced construction bot, but I'm worried about that light blue player. I'm really worried about him. Yeah, so I'm going straight into hounds. I'm going straight into hounds, and I'm hoping, with sort of metal I have, it's going to be enough. Because and look, green's coming in. What good is this LLT going to do? If he has some long range ships? Yeah, the tanks are great against bots, aren't they? But at least I have one hound. Just that one hound. Now Genesis can do a lot of damage to hounds. A lot of damage to hounds. But the hounds have a significantly higher range than Janus trucks, right? Um, with this, I did need some assault units to kind of help support those hounds. I did get at least one D gun off. Wasn't the best, but I don't think it was the worst neither. One's getting to my base, right? One's getting to my base. I don't know, like, why isn't that shooting? I clearly have vision on him, right? Because he's right at my base, but the beamer isn't shooting. Guys, let me know. What's the deal with that? What's the deal with that? I mean, is it because of the lab? Oh, I mean, the beamer turret looks tall enough to be above the lab. So yeah, any tips would be great. I mean, I took a battering. And now I'm just kind of hiding to rest up. Yeah, shout out to Hot Pink. He sent some units to come kind of help protect my base, hoping that wasn't just self-preservation, and it was genuinely to help. And yeah, I mean, if we look at our top player and how he's doing, okay, I don't mind this because it's a tier 1, right? So he's got a tier 1 forward lab, which is good because he can get units out super quick. And if you look at the southern section, we're doing really well. I mean, all of this is meant to be Blue's arena, right? There's a dead commander corpse here, so we've taken out a base, and they still haven't necessarily rebuilt over here. Yeah, and it looks like, yeah, look, red and yellow, two best players. They've got the southern section under lock. Right, they're going into advanced labs now, which is really good to see. Okay, nice. What's this guy doing? So, okay, he's got some advanced mexes. Yeah. Okay, he's making rocketeers. This is good. This is really, really good. This is what you want to see, right? Blue with an amazing bombing run. Yeah, I keep saying, look, having great air players, good air players, right? We're seriously lacking in this department. I don't think we really have anybody that's in air. Now these guys are gonna have a field day. Papa Smurf, Big Papa Pump. He's having a. I don't know if he spotted that fusion. Maybe he doesn't care too much about it. I would have went for the lab rather than those windmills. Although it hurt, it makes more sense to go for labs. Yeah. Okay. There's no answer for this. I mean, he's not even looking to make anti-air. He's not looking to make any anti. This ain't gonna help. This ain't gonna stop any bombers. These guys are okay. We've got something now at least. We've got something now. We've got at least one trasher. It's gonna take him maybe like 5 years to kill these bombers, but it's something. It's something, and there's more to come. More to come. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough gig. See, I like this. This is what I mean. Look, bunch of Sheldons. See, a bunch of Sheldons, and they could do a lot of damage. Maybe it just needed a bit more visibility. Oh, this is an advanced lab. My bad. I said it was a tier 1. Yeah. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of significantly forward advanced labs, not unless you have really good build power happening. Because otherwise, it just takes too long to get the units out. And these things happen. A bunch of blimmin' pawns, right, have just overrun your pace. And the only thing you've got are LLTs that can do any worthwhile damage to these pawns. Right, a very risky play. Now the blue team, they sense blood. They've sensed blood. Yeah. They've sensed a lot of blood. Thankfully, because you know, light blue's gone into Apfel's gone into ships. He can't really help too much. He can't help his Avataras. He can't really help him too much with the push. Right, so red might be okay. And he's still got a good amount of Sheldons. He's got a good amount of Sheldons, he's got 9 of them. Right, and he's got a can or two. Right, some sumos. So he might be okay. He might be okay. So now they're looking to spam, what is it? Pawns. They want to spam these pawns, right? Fair dues. But some LLTs, just a couple of LLTs. Right, max 4 is gonna do enough. Now this guy, he clearly enjoyed that bombing run, right? So he's probably gonna look to make some of these blizzards and maybe a lynch bomber or two. So that's worrying if he does, right? Because then, see, he probably has. If we want to switch to player view, he probably has visibility. He would have seen the commander. He would have seen Red's commander somewhere around here. So he knows that they got a forward operating base. It's a tier 2. I could just nuclear strike it with a lynch bomber, and that'll be all she wrote. So from my perspective, see, look, I didn't know that this area was genuinely completely empty. I still thought that the blue team, because they pushed me so far back, that they still had a significant fleet. Like, I can't even see what types of boats these are. But thankfully, I can see something because I stuck a radar right on top of this mountain. Right, so that's giving us something. But unbeknownst to I, look at this. This was right for the taking. And look how confident blue team are with their naval play. You know, they're really wanting to own the riverways here. Really wanting to own the riverways around here. I asked Hot Pink to make some sniper bots, right? But he had already made some fat boys, and he sent them over. And you know what? They did enough. They did enough to take down these boats, right? Or at least hurt them enough where they're not really giving us any danger. Okay. So it looks like blue team, they're aware that we have some snipers, right? I'm not sure where they're calling that out, if it's near us or more in the southern section. So I like this one roasted. So he doesn't want to get hit by by any more boats, right? So I mean, look at this. He's got loads of build power, but he needs an economy. I mean, he's got one APHIS, which is doing great, and he's going on an E converter economy, which I actually don't mind. I like it. Because he knows he can't push forward and get any of these mexes, right? So this is what he needs to do. And yeah, I enjoy this. This is the right way. If you're pressed for space, yeah, that's how you can quote unquote get big without necessarily having enough land to get bigger, right? Bit of a TARDIS play over there. My fat boy might be a bit too close, so I'm just moving him back. You know, because I feel like I can get these ships without having to be in significant danger or trouble. See, look. This sniper bot is gonna provide so much value. One shot, boom, right? Once he's reloaded, you know, one shot if you can get it off. Oof, that ship just went into oblivion. So I've got my commander here. Every now and again I'm repairing, and every now and again I'm reclaiming. Right. That's how I'm doing things. I started sending out some ticks because I wanted to see what they got going on. Yeah, and then I realized, hang on a minute, why? How is this tick like the previous one? How did it make it that far without getting killed? Right? And if I was to show you what I can see, I was expecting a massive army here, but there really wasn't. Okay, fanatic foe. He's making a push. See, this is what I like. This is what I know. This is what it's about, right? Go in there. He's got a bunch of snipers. See, he knows it. He knows it. I don't need to get into the water and have a splash fight with these guys, right? I've got units that can shoot into these narrow riverways, nice and easy. So if we look at these sniper bots, right? Yeah, nice, nice, and that should take out the base as well. This is a problem, right? Battleship, but if these guys, yeah, they're all targeting him. See, look at that, gone, finished. How much metal was that? I mean, that's a really like small wreckage, so you're only seeing a little bit. But to make that ship would have cost so much, and that's gone. Yeah, Biggs Canada. Now he's just moving some of these pawns forward, and now Red has an opportunity to help push and move forward as well. Now this is great. This is great. What answer is Blue Team gonna have for this? What's the answer here? Blue Team know. Look, snipers are coming. He knows this. The good thing about Sheldons, they can fire a lot quicker than sniper bots. So yeah, look, he can go in and take out a lot of these like the eco buildings, right? And these sniper bots, you know, if they had any big units they want to send them in, they could take them out. Single shots, boom, gone. Yeah, this is good. Nice. Nice. This is nice. I like this. This tier 2 lab, I think that's not gonna live. That's not gonna survive very long. And whilst that push is happening, I'm moving a bit closer, and I'm thinking, hang on, this ain't looking too bad. Ain't looking too bad. Purple, look, tower defense, doing nothing. I mean, what is all this? What is all this? It's still like nothing. You know, no tier 2 mexes, nothing going on. So it looks impressive on the minimap, right? But nothing really going on. So Red has gotten in. He's gotten in already, and now I'm pushing my units forward. And I was like, hey, wow, I'm flabbergasted with what little they had over here. I mean, this was at least helping them, right? They had a radar jammer. And from what I could see, yeah, look, I still couldn't see too much, and I was a little bit wary and nervous about ships. But it looks like we're doing good. We got hot pink reminding us about anti-nuke, which is a very good good reminder. But I don't think we're gonna need it. I don't think we're gonna need it. We've pushed significantly forward. Right, we pushed significantly forward. What resistance are we really facing? Avatras is doing okay in terms of throwing in some units, and they're gonna do good actually. They're gonna do good. They're gonna trade really well against those Sheldons. But now I've got some units coming in. Yeah, now I've got some units coming in. Now I've got some units coming in. My commander's even moving forward a bit. Wow, he got tier 3. Damn, son. Big Papa Pump. He got some tier 3 out. But this is what's going to help us a lot. The Mammoth. Pretty much a tier 2.5. Right, these things can really take a beating. And they dish out a beating too. Damn, what a shot. Just took my hound out. Razorbacks are going to do very well for blue. They're going to do very well for blue. But has he got enough of an economy to keep pumping out tier 3? I don't. Well, he kind of. I mean, he's not bad. He's got over 200 metal. Got loads of energy. That's not bad at all. Right. So these yeah, look, Razorbacks can make any man nervous, right? Because they can do so well. But now it looks like, yeah, Mr. Canada, he's now coming in for a bombing run. Shout out to Canada. He's like, you know what? I want to repay you that favor. I want to repay you that favor. Let me test your anti-air. right? You tested ours and you realized it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm just letting my teammates know that I'm sending units. So for them to not retreat, and that should hopefully encourage them as well for them to send more units as well, not push back. Yeah, because they know they've got another teammate who's throwing in more to the mix. Now, what am I throwing in? Recluses, they're so slow. I mean, I just recently watched a video from Jaws Munch, right? He's a brilliant channel, right? He plays a lot of bar and he has really good content. And you're talking about the season 2 updates, and they made the recluse slower purposely. I mean, it was slow before, now it's even slower. And I was thinking, damn, why are they taking so long to get into the fight? You know? And then now I understand why. Season 2 update, they're super slow, but they're really squishy too. So like making them really slow, it hurts the recluse so much. So yeah, let me know how you finding some of the season 2 antics. I did notice that my good friend the gunslinger was untouched. I mean, even the bar devs can't even be bothered with the gunslinger. They're like, that's tomorrow's problem. Who cares? Who cares? Right, I was hoping to get a lot more value out of the recluse. I put them on a fight command, right? And I thought with fight they would move around a little bit, you know, and be a bit more useful. But it seems like with fight they stay at the maximum range. They stay at the maximum range and they just stay there, looking to get killed. So that's not good. So we got their commander up here. He's just going to give a nice OD gun, isn't he? Let's see that. Strike. No, he's unawares. He's unawares. But I spotted him. And now my team, my squad, should spot him too. But you know what? Respect and hats off to Blue, because the Blue team, I mean, they've all but spent. Now, I don't know if they purposely are denying the resignation or they think they can fight on, but they really can't. I mean, this tier 2 lab has no build power. It's got nothing going for it. No economy. Yeah, one person not resigning. That's sad. I mean, what state am I looking in? Look, my economy is not great, but I'm still able to do what I can. Right, I'm getting some good tier 2 out in here. Right, no need for this. But he might have started building this ages ago. Right, this sort of tower defense, I don't know, I don't get it, but I like this. Now I can see some aggression. Perhaps the push that he had seen from the midsection and the southern side has said to him, you know what, let me go test them, let me put them to the test, right, and see how strong is this blue team, how strong are they really. So I like this. I like the fact that he's moving forward and he's getting a taste for war, and maybe now that he's tasted a bit of blood, maybe he likes it. So we've got Canada moving in again. I mean, they got bubble shields, but I think bombs can go through bubble shields. I think bubble shields are just for plasma. So if you've got bombers, this is fine. This is really fine. I mean, tell me panic without telling me panic when you see 2 annihilators, pulsars being built there. Commander goes down. I mean, they're all gonna get scalped. They've got no hope. I've got more and more units coming. I learned that ticks can't actually go through water. Oh, and here we are. Done. This is all she wrote, folks. Taking them out. Now this was a great game. So there's a lot of learnings for those of you starting off playing bar, right? In terms of how you can operate in the front lines, how you can help your squad mates if you don't feel too comfortable microing units yourself, right? And you know what to look out for. How can you react if you get into a bombing run? Just because some wind farms get clipped, what do? Are you going to throw in the towel, or are you going to turn around and say, actually, you know what? I think we can still do good. We can still do good, and we're going to make a push. I mean, look, Blue, primary Blue, he was an MVP for them, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. They committed too much to the seas, to the rivers, whilst we went for units, and we got the win. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, drop a like, drop a sub as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.